Welcome to our channel Ayakar Kamkar. In this video, we are going to make a comparison between old tax regime and new tax regime and give you an perspective of who should choose new tax regime. For salary taxpayers, the option to choose is available at the time of filing the return. In case of non-salaried taxpayers, that is business taxpayers, once in a lifetime option to choose new tax regime is available. Once chosen, you cannot opt for old tax regime. As per the rebate available under Section 87A under new tax regime, there is no tax liability up to Rs 7 lakhs. In case of salaried taxpayers who are having a standard deduction of 75,000, they can opt for new tax regime if their total income does not exceed 7 lakhs 75,000. In case of non-salaried taxpayers without any standard deduction, they can opt for new tax regime if their income does not exceed 7 lakhs. The rebate available is up to the maximum of 25,000. There is also a marginal relief which is available for incomes slightly exceeding 7 lakhs. Income tax comparison for salaried taxpayers. Based on the tax rates available for the assessment year 25-26, financial year 24-25, this table gives you a brief overview of how much reductions you should be having to claim old tax regime or new tax regime. For example, if your income is 10 lakhs and if your deductions are 3,50,000, you can opt for either regimes as the tax liability is going to be the same. However, if your deductions exceed 3,50,000, you can opt for old tax regime. Similarly, in case of 12 lakhs, if your deductions exceed 4,18,750, you can opt for old tax regime. In case of incomes between 1 crore to 5 crores, if your deductions exceed 4,83,335, you can opt for old tax regime. However, you need to understand that the total deductions include standard deduction as well. For Rs 10 lakhs income, the total deductions of Rs 3 lakhs 50,000 includes 3 lakhs of Chapter 6A deductions and 50,000 standard deduction. Under the new tax regime, standard deduction of Rs 75,000 was taken into consideration while preparing this table. In case of income tax for non-salaried taxpayers like business taxpayers, let's assume if your income is 10 lakhs and if your deductions are 3,12,500, the tax liability is going to be the same under both regimes. For 12 lakhs, if the deductions is 3,62,500, the tax liability is the same. And for incomes between 1 crore to 5 crores, if your deductions are 4,08,325, then the tax liability is same. So, if you want to opt for old tax regime, then you should ensure that your deductions exceed the amounts mentioned in this table. Otherwise, you can opt for new tax regime. Although all the deductions can be claimed only under old tax regime, there are a few exceptions, that is a few deductions which you can be claimed under the new tax regime. These will be discussed in our part 2 video. Subscribe to our channel Ayakar Kamkar and mail us at ayakarkamkar@gmail.com for tax consultation. Thank you.